so I can not be sick. I have to, it sucks to have someone. I mean, it's not even. It sounds like I said, it sounds like jealousy. Like, oh, I wish. No, I don't, because she didn't do it the right way. Like, hi, my name's Lisha. I'm a drug addict. Can you help me? You can if you want to. Like, oh, I wish. No, I don't, because she didn't do it the right way. Like, hi, my name's Lisha. I'm a drug addict. Can you help me? You can if you want to. But she's always been loud. She's always been very, everything about Lisa. So, like, it's no surprise to me if you knew Lisa. Yes, they have. And they always will. That's what I mean. She's just... Okay, do you see? Oh, you can't see, but do you see where I'm at? If you drive down that street a little bit further, maybe 5-10 minutes, and she'll say, like, she was jealous of me because those 16 years I was clean, and I had my kids, and I bought a house. Lisa lost her way into Lisa's life as her best friend, weaseled her way into her husband's pants, weaseled her way into his life, and then she pretty much, I say, they both overdosed together, but Stephanie made it, meaning Cole cheated on Lisa, and imagine how that feels. This was 14, 15 years ago, and then you lose him to her. I mean, I remember mornings of crying and screaming and I'm gonna beat Steph, all this stuff. They got a trailer together, Cole and Stephanie, and he overdosed. So Lisa's never been the same. Do you understand? You have to let her look and see that, which I do think she does, and she's manipulating it horribly and using it. But every person has lost people. I get that. See, me being clear-minded and just, it's hard for me to even talk about because I never did that. I hurt myself. I didn't hurt people around me because I didn't have people to hurt. I hurt my children and I hurt myself. But Lisa's recovery journey and getting sober would be fucking fire. I mean, people would rather see that, I would hope, than... But, like I said, it's all curiosity with everyone. No, if it said, oh, pay $20 more to subscribe, and Lisa would show you inside of where she's at, and she'd smoke crack on camera, everyone would pay for it, because you're curious. Why do you think there's documentaries on the drug world? Because people are curious. Yeah. Bing, bang, boom. Lisa has always had someone to take care of her, and my thoughts is she could, yeah. And I would say that for myself, too. I've always had someone take care of me, so... Until today, my husband is here that he took care of me. Me and my husband went through addiction together. We went to jail together, same day, went to rehab together. Everything. Lisa didn't have that. Yeah. Very much agree. I would just like to know why people are so sick in their heads that they would... I don't know. It's weird. It's just... People are very curious about things. I mean, curious to the point, look at this. Oh, I just wish I could shut all the rumors down. Lisa doesn't go to the hospital. She goes to about, I'd say, 15-minute ride to our Western Psych in Oakland that will give you your medication for a day. I got another restriction. So she goes to the psych ward to get a day's worth of medication. When she says she needs money for the vending machine, it's such a brat. She knows that it takes hours. Hold on. Kid in the black car, she's screaming at him. Listen to her. Wow. She goes to, she goes to Western Psych. And there's a program over there that if you go one time a week or 2 times a week for counseling, they will prescribe you your medication, a benzo, that she's been overtaking, God, for years. Oh, Jesus. But, sorry, my brains. And she needs money for a vending machine. Is she out of her mind? She's a brat. She knows you have to sit there. And so really, realistically, she needs 4 ones to put into a vending machine, if anything. Yes, she probably is. But that's where she goes. She goes to Western Psych. They have an emergency room that you can go in and kind of like for homeless people that, they lose or don't have their medication and they need somewhere to go, and resources are there. She goes, if she even goes there, I don't know. But that's the only hospital that would help her. They have 24-hour. I don't even know why her dad never got her a 24-hour to 48-hour hold. But that doesn't help neither. You need to go to jail. I'm sorry, I'm talking out loud to myself. You need to go to jail. Force the rehab. Because I know plenty of addicts who live on the street in a tent. As long as they have their drugs and something over their head when it rains, they can make money peddling off the street. Yeah, she has to be forced. Like, no one who, I'd say maybe if you're 40 years old and at your bottom, you don't even have a tent to put over your head going. But every person I sat in rehab with was forced, pretty much. 56 days rehab, so, sorry. I did 56 days. And some of the people there, like the men, they will say they're drug addicts, meanwhile they're drug dealers, just so they look at, as they need help. Meanwhile, they're in jail for being a drug dealer, and then they go to rehab and they mess with people in rehab. So, like I said, 8 hours a day from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, you're talking about drugs. So what do you think you're going to want to do? I remember a man being in this facility 6 times. I remember a man being in this facility 6 times. He was on his 6th time going to rehab, and you wonder who's paying for it. Again, it goes to wanting to change your life. It's just like anything. If you have high blood pressure or whatever, diabetes, you have to want to change. Or you can just sit at home and whatever. Or you can be active. And as I am in the uncomfortable part, totally sober, working the program, and stuck in a rut. I have a house I need to sell, but I'd rather have those problems than what am I going to eat today? What am I, how am I going to get high today? All these things that only worsen your mental problems, to be honest. being a drug addict is very mental. I mean, mental problems lead to being a drug addict. So we do recover. And until you get sick and tired of your everyday life. And here, I always will say this, if Lisa couldn't get to the clinic, like if her dad would just say no, but he knows doing that's only going to make the situation worse, and he would just hear it worse, she'd walk. Or she wouldn't get a dose that day like I didn't. I mean, like I said, 124 milligrams to walk off and never come back on it is whew, I don't even know how right down there. And to think you need $30 for a walk $30 for a ride is crazy to me. Again, drugs get sold in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, right? A 20, a 30, a 40. Well, a 20, a 40. So she needs 20 for her crack. I guess no. Well, cigarettes. That's it. There's nothing more anyone can do. You can call the stores. You can call the President of the United States. You could call the cops. Until Lisa steals from a store, until everyone lets her get there. Instead of giving her money, let her steal from a store. Or get caught doing something, even though I don't know how, because she literally, her dad will ride her to get drugs, her dad. Never talk about something that I didn't go through or that I don't feel. But you can't kill someone for entertainment purposes. But she's putting herself out there, so I don't know. It's a double-edged sword, folks. She was running yesterday. It's always something she thinks of. Yeah, her entitlement and brat shit is... that's not the reason why people watch her. Is to get that reaction. Like, oh my God, someone actually... Yeah. You're an entitled, pampered drug addict. There's a difference between a drug addict that doesn't have family, lives on the street, and sit in her parents' house. That's on her. It's not like she doesn't have anywhere to go. Yeah, they will, because it's an addiction now. See, this all goes to play, and she knows that. I can show you messages that I have sent. You need a ride, just to make my feel. You need a ride. Meanwhile, I know I've seen her dad. I just thought maybe if I could get her to get in the truck with me, I could talk to her a little bit. I'm not sitting here out of judgment. I used to sit here myself to get drugs. And she knows that. We lost touch in the last few years. And I didn't want nothing to do with her after I heard her say Jace, had cancer. Meanwhile, she was just on my porch. And I didn't want nothing to do with her after I heard her say Jace, had cancer. Meanwhile, she was just on my porch with Jace. And then she shied away from me because she knew I knew the truth. So the people that would and could help her, she pushed away because Jace. And then she shied away from me because she knew I knew the truth. So the people that would and could help her, she pushed away because she didn't want people like me coming on and saying, Lisa. So it's just, I'm over it. And I wish on a video someone could find my comment. I wrote, Lisa, please stop doing this. I wrote it. I feel that way. But I know it's nothing, and I mean nothing is going to day in my life, never doing anything wrong. That's why with my first offense, I got let out of an ROR, released on your own recognizances, because she's never been in trouble. So let's say she steals something, she gets caught. They're going to give her a citation, and the next time she gets caught, they're going to put her in jail for 24 hours. What's that? And then after that, she does it again. I do believe, and I know for a fact, they would issue her to 56 days. Okay, identity theft charge, the 3 strikes rule. Okay, let's say my first time I stole a TV. The second time I got pulled over with a crack pipe in my pocket. The third time I went to a store and stole a tube. Jail was full. That could be a possibility, but she doesn't have any really bad charges. If they have to pick between a lady that physically robbed someone with a gun or Lisa who identity theft, they're gonna, but that's hard to believe. But like I said, the 3 strikes rule. They're gonna they let people out to fuck themselves up again. Gets paid to house people. How do you think they get the commissary? How do you think, like, I remember going to rehab and knowing that if I didn't, like, the contracts, they have contracts with the rehabs, like, take rehab and knowing that if I didn't, like, the contracts, they have contracts with the rehabs, like, take so many people, we'll pay you so much. But you have to complete the program, so that's why they'll let you. I was beat up by a black woman in rehab. Do you think she went to jail? No. I can't express it enough that it's a fucked up system. It's all about money. Bottom line is, I just wish this false, like I said, why don't we have a show where in the world is Lisa, like Carmen, where in the world is Carmen? Lisa's down a couple blocks. Let's see what time it is. Yep, 10 o'clock. She probably just went to the clinic and probably already is, no, it's late, it's 10. She's there by 6:37, 7:38. Where in the world is Lisa Richards? It's I say I'm safe because I keep myself safe. Meaning wow, that is like the 3rd cop. I got arrested out of Brighton Roads, Giant Eagle in Northside, if anyone knows it, in handcuffs. Walked from the back of the store through the store in handcuffs. For what? Stealing spaghetti sauce and having a warrant. I would have got told to leave and don't come back for just the spaghetti sauce, but I had a warrant. I missed court. So if she misses court would help too, because that warrant put me in jail for 3 weeks, almost a month, until they found me a bed in rehab. And then 56 days. And everyone's wasting resources calling the cops because they can't do nothing. It's like going up to this car saying, it's lies. How can you, I need money for a ride. Meanwhile, she had a ride. Okay, so you gave her $30. That's not. Here, it would be a mom. I could do this, but I still was getting high. She couldn't do that. So the jealousy was that, Alicia has a house, Alicia has this, Alicia has a husband. So she pushed herself away from me, and I couldn't do anything about it. I will never down or change myself for anyone. Good morning. So if you have questions about any, like the clinic or anything, like I said, I've been on the clinic since I was 20 years old. My current age is 38 years old. My mother was on a clinic she's deceased, but she was on a clinic since she was 18. She died at 56. The problem with the clinic and Lisa is that they're not gonna, they should, I'll put it that way. It's hard to talk about it because I get in trouble. They should decrease her dose and get her into rehab, yes, but think about it. There's a lady over there named Mary, like she said, Lisa, we're not allowed to talk about other people, but we can talk in general. Lisa needs to fall on her face. You can't force someone to fall. You can let them fall. You can't force someone into it. They need to finally get tired and want it for themselves. All this, Lisa's going to rehab bullshit. The only way I believe it is if I literally heard she went to jail. So what is this big thing that you guys are up in arms about or whatever? No, boss. No, you're getting too much. Get over here now. She's just like anyone else that's suffering mentally, whatever. Wakes up, goes to the clinic. I work from home. There's nothing to be entertained about. The yelling and the screaming is what entertains you. No, bossy. I remember the feeling of switching clinics to that clinic. And just because I'm not homeless and I'm not this and that, like I like to get dressed. I like to, I was looked at different because everyone at that clinic, is pretty much low income and struggling. So it's like, it's hard for me to find my place. And then there's clinics that you can go to that you can pay for so your wife or husband doesn't see on the insurance, doesn't know about it, can just pay for a week and go dose. Boss. What was that? Did anyone see him push his legs in there? Oh, good Lord. Oh, that's so sweet. I would love to. I would love to be anyone's friend. It's another thing. People, places, and things. Like I said, I seclude myself. I don't go around people anymore. I don't go to different places. No, bossy. When they say that, they mean that. People, places, and things. But it starts with you. You have to want it. I lost everything. My home, my kids, my 4, and then Lisa, after Cole died, she didn't lose them. She slowly just gave them up. And thank God. But what she did to Jace is unforgivable. Now that is criminal. That's child endangerment. Like, people get child endangerment charges for having pills not in a, in a bottle on a mantle. I'm sitting on probation for 2 years for that. And I never put my kids in harm's way, never did anything. But my husband overdosed. And normally, and everywhere else, they come in, paramedics, help them and they leave. Well, my husband's mother works for the township, the police, so when they came in to help my husband, we were staying at his dad's, and his dad had pills from his heart pressure medication on there, and he had spoiled meat. So just because I had kids, they put a connection. I got child endangering. Meanwhile, there's Lisa, who was child endangering, who was doing it. So it's really hard. Like I'm on probation for 2 years, and I have to, my kid, it's just all messed up. But I never, that's what bothers me about this whole entire thing. She deserved child endangerment and here I am, 2 years for what? I was parked right there. I'll never forget. I was parked right there. Father-in-law comes out and says, Ryan's not waking. Didn't have Narcan. Kids were not present. Besides, Riker was with Pappy, my youngest. Told him to call 911. Come here, boss, and go. I'll deal with it. But his mother, like I said, works for the township cops. I think she was dating a cop. And Ryan and his mom just had a divorce, so I got kind of screwed in the meantime. But there's Lisa. My Jace has cancer. He's dying, letting him live in deplorable conditions. But folks, I'm going to go charge my phone. I just can't believe anyone would believe a clinic would just pick a Wednesday to close and say, oh, we're going to give 1,000 clients fucking Wednesday bottles. No, you have to live it. Then you have to maintain. You should have to give clean urines. But I think we all have come to the conclusion that Lisa's counselor sucks. I know who he is. I'm not. He don't care. Everyone has a wonderful day. It's already hot and miserable. Say bye, Bessie.